I will start with a very simple question. When your friends in movies, I'm limiting myself to movies here, tell you, I'm apolitical. Or let's say any of your friends say, I am apolitical. What would your first reaction be?
I say either you're a coward or a selfish guy. How can you be apolitical? Aren't you a human being? Haven't you come here because of people had been political before? I tell them, only a dead person can be apolitical because you want to go with the flow. I tell them a story. I say, to go with the flow of a river, dead fish also can go. But to swim against the current, you have to be alive. That means you're not alive, as simple as that. And there is no point in being apolitical. Either you are not informed, either you are afraid, or you are dead. Simple.
Something that people tell me is, I'm not a feminist. I don't want to be a feminist. So I have almost the same reaction when people tell me that.
Correct.
Yeah. So because this topic is called art and politics, how much do you believe art influences politics and vice versa?
When somebody tells me art is for art's sake, I don't agree with it. Art is politics. Art is politics. If you look at the history of evolution, and if you see poetries, writings, novels, documentaries, paintings, sculptures, language by itself is just a sound, whether it is Malayalam, Tamil, Kannada, Hindi, French. But what art is pregnant with is the questioning. It has documented the pain, the resilience, the protest, the life, the vision of different times. Art cannot be non-political. Because an artist, I say, if I am here, I am reached this stage not just because of my talent. It's because of the love and because of the trust people put in you too. And I have to live up to that trust. I have to be their voice. I have to reflect. I have to be political because the minute you are born, you are into politics. So art and politics go together with me.
So you said that art documents pain, art documents protest, right? In the last few years, if you take mainstream cinema, for example, I'm restricting myself to mainstream cinema here, we can see a conscious shift, at least in a large part of cinema being made, where it's no longer about chronicling pain or protest, but it's speaking the language of the oppressor. It is speaking the language of majoritarianism. How do you see that shift happening?
It is sad. I call them alleged artists. There is an allegation they are making art, an allegation they are actors, the allegation they are directors. They are doing business. They are trying to sell. They have this, what the people want we give. That's not it. Where is your identity? So even the major films, what we are seeing, they're just events. There's no films being made now. Darker films work today, sexual content work today, violent works today, macroism work today. No, it don't work. They were making a business out of it. That's not art for me.
But are you saying that these movies are being made only keeping business in mind, or are people also ideologically shifting within the industry?
Ideologically system is political parties know how to use it because they know the importance of it. Otherwise, why do you think, as one of the recent or last year's Lit Festival, I said this, the ruling party has invested crores into cinema. They buy actors, they buy directors because they know the impact of cinema. They know the impact of, they want to change the history, they want to rewrite history, they want to twist history. Like the film made on our late Manmohan Singh ji. So they know the power of it. And if you see shakhas, schools, how they go and brainwash children, youngsters with art. So there is because they are in power. They want to continue to be in power. They want to create a narrative. Like they want to create a narrative and they'll use art for that. They'll use artists for that.
So when we talk about, you said Accidental Prime Minister, the movie that was made, it was not a commercial success per se.
Even the biopic of Modi was not commercial success.
A lot of these movies are not commercial successes.
That's okay, but their
Yeah.
attempt is what I'm saying.
No, but my question is
Their
whether,
intention is that.
yeah,
Some are successful, some are not successful.
no, but my point is that they are there for posterity. They are there forever. For example, even if today's generation is not watching these movies, there is a danger that tomorrow's generation takes this seriously as what is their version of history, right? So whether it's a commercial success today or not, are we not understanding the impending danger that these movies are being made, and that's here as a chronicle of history in one way?
We'll have to live with it. History has lived through such stagnating points, because human life cannot take so much of violence, cannot take so much of twisting the history, because the truth shines someday. Because I think we are all sitting on a bomb, and these people, you should also have the patience. As I fight, as I question them, they also have to reach their logical end, and they will reach their logical end. They will reach, and you say that Accidental Prime Minister didn't run. Greatest classics also did not run. But the history will, then I've seen a film later becoming it, and this will happen, but this will be documented that there were such bigots who did this too. Let it be documented. I am not for banning any films. Let it be made. I'll know you by the work you do, for what you stand, what is the stand you take. I read between lines, and let that be documented too.
So I want to, because we are sitting in Kerala now, one of the biggest propaganda movies, which actually was a commercial success, was on Kerala, which is the Kerala Story. Have you watched the movie?
I did not watch the movie. I didn't want to watch the movie. What is there? I don't enjoy certain films, nor do I make certain films, nor do I like certain films. I don't waste my time.
So I have unfortunately watched that movie. And so, when we sit in Kerala, and I sometimes feel that people here don't understand the impact of what kind of smearing that movie has done of a people of this state outside the state.
Yeah, but they will realize it probably once they really get hurt. They don't know what is hurt. It is ignorance. But ignorance cannot be excused, because it comes with a price. And when will we realize that, our ignorance, our silence of not protesting such? Because history may forgive those who made mistakes. It will never forgive those who are silent. It will never forgive. And, the impact is you can't do anything. Impact is there, but they will realize. That's why everything has to come to a logical end. Because any amount of sermons or preachings will not work until unless they experience it. Like it was a country's dream to get independence. This generation don't know what they are losing. So until and unless they realize the importance of it, they need to pay the price for it, and it will happen. People like us continue to talk to reduce the impact of the wounds, but some wounds are deeper than flesh. You can't see the scars, but it will remain.
So when you say that a lot of people do this because it's a sense of business, right? They understand this is what sells now. Are you telling me that maybe 5 years down the line, if we go back to a country where majoritarianism is no longer in vogue, then these cinemas will automatically reduce in number?
Majoritarian right wing will keep coming back. We have to continue to fight. That is evolution, isn't it? It will keep coming back. Nonsense will keep come back. Somebody will again find another way to, because they want to survive too. So, see, when you're fighting your enemy, please realize they want to survive too. They want a piece of cake too. That tug of war, only then it is healthy. There should be a debate, there should be an argument, there should be a talk. This thing has to continue. It will continue in different forms, in different ways.
Now I want to ask you as an actor, have you ever been given one of these scripts? Have you ever been given an offer for one of these movies and you have said no?
They don't dare come to me. They know they can't come and narrate such sort of a script eye to eye.
But has your outspokenness also cost you in some way? I'm not talking about not getting an opportunity in these movies, but generally, how much has your outspokenness?
Yes, I have lost, but I'm rich enough to lose. Richness is to lose. For a fellow who loses, who can afford to lose, is a rich man, not somebody amasses. My fear is their power, so I am not afraid. Where are you powerful in front of me? That is the attitude I have carried. It's okay, I knew, I was ready for it. I can't be a victim play, I have lost roles because I stood for something good. They don't know the value of liberated feeling I have got. The joy of having that integrity, the joy of being with the truth. They don't know, poor people. And they think they're giving me a loss. No, they are losing.
But then there are a lot of people in the industry who cannot afford to do that, right? They still have to adhere to certain rules and they continue to do that. For example, we are talking about Kerala here. We are in Kerala now where we have seen the Hema committee report come out. We have seen the struggle of this organization called WCC for many years now. And they have been saying that a lot of them have lost opportunities. They are also not saying we will stop talking because of this, but they have lost opportunities. So sometimes that outspokenness can also cost people when it shouldn't at all.
It costs people, but you have to speak out, at least for the future. See, Hema committee is not only about sexual harassment, no? Every woman, every child, every artist, let me say, it is a seed. The seed has a capacity to become a tree. But when the ecosystem is right, when the humus is right, it is not abusing, harassing one woman, but creating an atmosphere to other women that there will be harassment. You are denying them a chance, denying them opportunities. That is the problem. I am good, I did not abuse is not the stand a man should take today. A man should say, I will take a stand because I may be good, but I want to say sorry for what my forefathers did. If men don't become that sensitive, because they have done, we have seen it, no man in the industry can say there is no abuse. There has been abuse, you are not sensitive to it. You will have to wake up. And it is not just sexual harassment. The men of this industry, the creative people of this industry, the writers of this people industry should write stronger roles for women. Should bring them more. There's so many ways to empower and give the trust to the women that there has been abuse on you, we have been silent, we are sorry, and you have to continue to say sorry for a longer time.
No, very beautifully you said what a male ally should be saying at that point. But what is it that keeps the male allies from speaking up? Since you're a man, of course, I can ask you that question. Why do you think a lot of men then prefer not to speak up?
Because they are not men enough. I'm saying it straight to those people who are so-called big guys who are silent. You are not men enough. Simple. Say it on their face. Simple it is. No, you will have to take up. No, you are in a society, you are in a space where your voice is heard than a common man's voice. If you don't stand up, and you are here because of the society, not because of your talent, they give you a platform to speak for them. So I think they're not men enough.
But do you think such a committee or some sort of a reform like this is needed in other film industries also in India?
It is needed everywhere. It is needed everywhere. Just because they have found something in Malayalam industry, no, it happens everywhere. It happens in all fields. Wherever men are there, this has happened. Probably not on Moon, Jupiter and Mars. No, let's be honest. Let's call spade a spade. It is not just, yeah, film industry is looked by a lot of people. So it is a very glamorous or immediately a newsworthy item, but it happens in our homes. It happens in our workspaces. It happens in our colleagues. It is happening. And world is changing. It is getting sensitized. It's high time because any evolution is with together only. You're incomplete without a woman. Woman is incomplete without a man. So we'll have to work together.
Okay. Now I want to delve into something a bit deeper to reflect back on your career itself in the industry, right? How would you look at your first few movies and then how you evolved as an artist, how your politics also evolved along with that?
I've never known, nor do I know even now, what I have to be. But I have known what not to be. I have said no, but I have never said I don't know. So I come from a 60s, 70s generation where I have no history of theatre, art or literature at all. A lower middle class family, a nurse and a bookbinder. My journeys have chiseled me. I wouldn't say probably for a role like Iruvar when I got it at the age of 30, if I had got it 20 years before, I would not have done it. So I have grown. I have grown with every year, every exposure. Politics also is like that. So I was political, I used to speak, but Gauri had to be killed to trigger it more. It was seeing a friend's dead body in front of you, and I couldn't be silent after that. So I became more stronger. So situations, life pushes you, chisels you, and that's why, as you know, my journeys, I'm not interested in destinations. I'm interested in journeys because journeys chisel me and I keep evolving. Sometimes I've learned to, sometimes some journeys make me unlearn too, you know, and that's how it is.
But what are some of those movies that you remember as milestones in your career where you thought that it needn't even have been a serious role, or what I'm saying when you talk about politics?
It is not sort of a milestone. It gives me and the people, it's such a surprise. Like a film like Iruvar, film like Kanchivaram, film like Mori, film like Abhiyum Nano, film like Gilli. The different genres of films. I'm a beggar, I'm not a chooser. So I am surprised that I look like this, and the acceptance, you know. The acceptance of such roles, that love, and to continuously for an actor like me over the years to see people are finding a reason to love you. You know, that is give and take. So they start trusting that, oh, this guy is capable of this, only when the act happens. Like that, there have been a lot of films from Iruvar to Kanchivaram to Duet. There are different facets. The big villain, Singham ka villain alag hai, or Gilli Chalon is alag hai. But Kanchivaram, though, these guys can do this too. So I'm open to smaller films, bigger films, different experiences. My success is that I don't say that I want to do, don't want to be branded. Because I'm an actor and I love acting, so I have opened up, and thanks to all those writers and directors, creators who trusted, believed that he can deliver this, and for people to have taken me.
So I don't watch Hindi movies much, therefore you have to forgive me for this question.
That's okay.
But I was told to ask you that in Bollywood, do you get typecast a lot as a villain?
Everybody wants to typecast me as a villain, but Bollywood has an arrogance, and I answered them. What happened was, when Singham was a hit, there was this journalist and said, "How was your journey to Bollywood?" I said, "Jet Airways, Indigo, Indian Airlines." They said, "What? But why are you taking yourself so seriously that it's my childhood dream, I wanted to do a Hindi film?" No. I am just flowing, you happen to see. And the minute you go, see what happens once an actor becomes a villain. He's popular. These 5-6 heroes, no? They want that villain only. So there was one poet, he was no more, a great poet in Telugu, said, "Arey, 26 heroes across the country and one villain to get hit." Because everybody wanted in different languages. So they do it for their business. It's easier. And sometimes because of the success of people like me, so many talents got wasted. They didn't get a chance at all. When there is already Prakash Raj, give me more money, get him. They don't want to sit and search. But today, see, at the same time, today when I see Malayalam cinema, I am jealous of these young actors. Because when I'm seeing film like Atom recently, I loved it. I feel that I'm not necessary at all in this film. And they've done, So that means the director has tried something. There's so much of talent, so much of these things. So they typecast this heroine, this fight master, this dance master. That's the commercial setup. They keep typecasting. But when they try to typecast, I'll do an Iruvar, I'll do a comedy, I'll do a father. So different people. So, after Mahatma Gandhi, I am the father of the nation. That many father roles I have done. Women like me for films like Abhiyum Nanum.
Yes,
And-
Rajamma.
Yeah, Rajappa. Some group like me for Singham, for Muthupandi, for Pokri. Different genres, different audiences. I'm enjoying my life.
What is a movie that you saw which was politically very aware and you felt like, I wish I was there in it?
No, I don't want to be like that. I'm not like that. I wish I was in the role. No? I would rather see. After a point of time, I also should be an audience. No? I should also enjoy films. I love Fahad Fazil. I love these young actors. So beautiful, so youngsters, say great acting. And they give me a complex. And then I say, I have to become relevant now. I should at least inspire young directors to cast me. So that is a very healthy change, and I love sitting and watching them.
So now to just go back to what I first asked you about, how do you think art and politics influence each other? Now one thing which irritates me as a woman and as a journalist also is that when a movie releases, you said in the beginning that today a lot of violence sells, today a lot of sexual violence sells, and then immediately they'll turn back and say, watch a movie as a movie. A movie is an entertainer.
I don't agree with that. Okay, you should cry. You should feel sad. You should be worried. As a responsible citizen of this country, at least for my age, for my maturity, for what I have been chiseled with literature, experiences, people, and I have 3 children, I'm worried. And whether it is media or me, we can't stop them from making the film, but we have to express and say, no, movie cannot be a just movie. No, it is not. See, when everything is fine, it is okay, but not now. There's so much of toxicness around. You can't add to the toxicness. I'm sorry.
But when that goes on, and when that movie also becomes a commercial success, does that also reflect on society that you are watching that, which is why it is being made? It's almost a market relation, right?
That is the thing. If all superstars become Ayyappa Male, will everybody put Ayyappa Male? It is not that. Even they have to take a call. Even they have to take a decision. But then there is, as a creator, you should know what is your control. No? There should be some self-censorship. No? Just because you have made a film like that, will you be very happy that you have made a film? You should be ashamed. You should be ashamed that you have fooled people. I will not blame the audience. It is we who have to be responsible. It cannot be just one way. They are watching, I am making. They'll continue to make. Let them make. I'm not saying that don't make, but at least you should be able to put our foot down and say this is toxic. And let that be there too.
You spoke about Gauri Lankesh's death and how that made you speak up more, right? How would you look at a Prakash Raj before Gauri's death and after?
Probably before Gauri's death, I was an angry man, yes, but not to this level. Because I thought I was enough here. I was doing my politics with films, the theatre, with the decisions, with my friends, with little work. But then I had to take up an added responsibility and tell the world that when I was burying Gauri, I said that, I am not burying Gauri, I am burying a seed. And I wanted to tell the world, if you can kill a voice, silence a voice, a louder voice will be born. I thought I should do that. People said you should not have done it. I said, no, I wanted to do it because she haunts me. She said, if you were with me, if you had been with me when I was voicing, I would have been saved. I would have been more support. And that guilt haunts me.
But the case has been going on for many years.
It will go on. I asked one of the chiefs. He said, yes, sir, dam is in the water. I said, when are you releasing? But who is going to open the gate? The keys are with them. They will not open the gate so soon.
For me personally, because I'm also from Bangalore, I got to know about Gauri Lankesh's death, and I'm not making this up. The channel called CNN IBN called me and said, Gauri ma'am, Dhanya Rajendran has been shot to death. So I said,
they are so well informed,
yeah,
this
I said,
media.
sorry, I'm Dhanya, I'm answering this phone. So then they say, sorry, Dhanya ma'am, Gauri Lankesh has been shot. That's how I actually got to know. I mean, I knew Gauri personally, obviously not as much as you did, but sometimes I feel very angsty that we seem to have also, a lot of people seem to have put their death behind, right? We do talk about her at stages. Like yesterday in a session, we said that the threats which journalists face, it can become real because we have a Gauri Lankesh as an example before us. But do you sometimes feel that we put things past behind us too fast, too quickly?
Yes, we do. We do. We want to consume every moment and we forget it, not realizing. That's what I'm saying. We're sitting on a time bomb. Until it hits it. So it's very important that we don't forget the past. See, people who don't know the past will never understand the present. And if you don't understand the present, how will you have a vision of future? You forget it, you forgetting it. You can forgive, but you can't forget it. You can't forget lessons. How many lessons do you want to continue to go? Umar Khalid is in jail. You're seeing people being jailed today. You're seeing Stan Swami. You're seeing Sayanath. How much will you see? Then you are becoming a numb society, and there is going to be a blast. There's going to be a very strong blast. Isn't it? You are responsible for it.
Also, because you are an outspoken person, does the burden fall on you too much then to speak out each time? I know a lot of people I know have now stopped speaking because every time something happens, everybody wants them to react. Has that been a burden?
Yeah, I mean, they'll ask, but I have taken it. I have taken that burden as a responsibility. My wife says, I can have a sleep, I can sleep, I can relax, but I can't afford to because I realize the importance of me taking that little more burden. And I'm doing it with love, I'm doing it with a commitment. I'm doing it because it is a responsibility. I'm doing it because I've given a word to myself that I will not run away from here. Yeah.
But do you receive threats?
I receive. Cowards, what can they do? They will threaten you. See, at the most they can kill you. What else can they do? What else can they do? If you are taking up an arm, then only cowards take up arms. Only cowards give a threat. If you are man enough, if you are a human being enough, you will sit and have a dialogue. You are supposed to sit and talk it out. You should give the freedom for expression. But if you said, if you talk, I'll kill you. Okay, come. Kya kare abhi? And they don't come that easily. They come in a group. I travel across the country. I'm yet to see one fellow in an airport or a railway station, public space, to come and stand here and talk. I only get love, thanking me for my just asking, giving their support to me. These guys are all behind masks on Twitter, on Facebook. They're all behind masks. They don't have this thing to come and stand.
I feel sometimes we talk a lot about threat and harassment, but we don't talk enough about the support that people get, right? Like you.
I get lot of support. I get lot of support. You should see you should travel with me when I go on Indigo. Basically, because I'm an actor, they gave me the first row. All 100 people who are walking in, they smile at me, they talk to me. 50% of them say this, we're strong. And the most beautiful compliment I get, majority of my compliment, we love you more than an actor. We love you because you raise your voice. My respect for you is more because of, sorry I have not seen your films, but you are a star for me. That is such a power. And I have great IAS officer, IPS officers. We can't talk. Any problem, let me know. Collectors, no, we love you because of your voice. I know there is a support system. I know there is. And if you see, when I say something, there are 10 million, 1 million likes. There are 20 likes. There are only 200 hate. Their majority is very less. Just because they are very toxic, it is seen. Otherwise, on my Twitter, I get more love than hate.
Yeah, I often feel that we don't acknowledge that love and support. We are always focusing on threats and harassment.
I am able to question because of the love I get, because of the support I get. And I trust that support. Yeah.
Okay. So before we go to the audience question, what would you envisage the Indian cinema industry to be? Because we are at a time when we need good political messaging. What do you wish or how do you wish the industry would change, shape itself? The other day we saw the first family of of Indian cinema going to meet the Prime Minister, and they also received a lot of ridicule on social media for that. In fact, today morning I was in conversation with John Brittas, who made a speech in Parliament that if Modi ji had taken that time to meet the first family, the Kapoor family, instead gone to Manipur. So, what do you
No,
envisage?
actors are going to meet an actor there, not the Prime Minister. See, he is a useless, shameless, heartless, visionless man we have as a Prime Minister of this country. Useless he is. Manipur is, probably if Manipur was in some other country, he would have visited. Because it is in my country, he doesn't want to visit. I mean, let us be very clear. I am very clear. We have a fellow without vision. We have a leader without vision. Period. So nowadays, I have decided to acknowledge him only. I don't even want to talk to him, reject him, neglect him.
But how would you envisage the industry to behave? I'm not saying just in movie making.
Industry, I am believing in the younger talent because I have lost hope on the elder talent already. People who have already sold, they are dead. But I believe, I see a lot of young films, independent films, which is trying to hit them and come. And it is going to, because that is going to be the truth. And they are growing in number, they are growing in content. These people are the mafia are holding theaters, OTTs, censorship to stop them. But they can't stop them for a longer time. And I come across, I am in the industry, I talk to, converse with so many youngsters, and I have my hope with the next generation.
Before we used to talk about censorship as a tool by which political movies or books or whatever could not release, but I feel there's now a self-censorship. Before your movie reaches the censor board itself, you are self-censoring.
That is what they do, no? Because they want to make you write, give that problem so that while writing itself, you will decide not to say it. See, that is silencing the voice. Killing Gauri is not their point. By killing early Gauri, they're telling 10 other people around that, be ready, this is your fate. So it is a vulnerable industry, you're investing money. So before they invest, there will be roadblocks. And censorship is not only when Congress, all political parties have done this. Nobody is Sachai. For example, they are fighting about Ambedkar. BJP wants to kill Ambedkar, Congress wants to misuse Ambedkar. That is all. That is all. We as a society, we should be the eternal political opposition party. We journalists, we artists, we the citizens of this country are the majority.
Okay.
Hi, sir. Sir, actually, previously you mentioned about the toxicity movie spreads, and you said about the sexual harassment things that are shown. So I've seen your character in Paave Kadagal. So what do you want to say about your experiences while doing that character, and also after that, it's especially about this intercaste marriage and killing of a daughter. So
Paave Kadagal was a very difficult for me to act. It was just a 40-minute film. Have you seen that film?
Sai Pallavi.
Yeah, Sai Pallavi and me. Because that is not me at all. I have 2 daughters. But as an actor, I have to tell that story because that is the truth. And I had to go through a lot when I was doing it. And it is not him. Like, he doesn't want to kill, but there is a society which pressurizes him to do that. And once he does it, then he is dead within. In fact, after I shot, 3 days later, I suddenly burst out crying on my dining table. And my wife said, what? No, I just have to cry it out. But it is the truth of this society. As an actor, I had to go through that process. And I had to, because I'm not that dark inside. But that is the truth and we have to do it.
ഈ ചോദ്യങ്ങൾ മലയാളത്തിലും ചോദിക്കാം, കുഴപ്പമില്ല. ഞാൻ ട്രാൻസ്ലേറ്റ് ചെയ്യാം.
Hello, sir. Huge fan. Sir, you've spoken very beautifully about how men can be allies to women And you are such a powerful figure. You have so much power, be it in cinemas or be it in case of activism and all that. So I just wanted to ask you, have you ever gone through an experience? I believe that one way men can be allies is by pointing out the mistakes that your friends do. So have you ever gone through such an experience where you had to point out the mistake or atrocities created by your friends, your co-workers, especially in talking about
I'm
cinema?
a very infamous among my unit.
So have you ever lost
In
any-
front of me, nobody will do that. They can't even make a comment. They can't give me a script with such things with me.
Have you ever lost anybody, any relation?
I have greatest friends, I have kicked them out of organizations because of that. There is zero tolerance. As far as me, my organization, there's zero tolerance for that. And they lose respect from me. They have lost respect. I can't take it. I just can't take it.
But why is zero tolerance not more of a culture? As in, it is always
It has
on the
to grow.
individual to have zero tolerance. For example, the vision document, which, I'm sorry, I'm saying WCC again, but they made a vision document which asks for zero tolerance. But I feel like that is not a part of our culture, whether it's in the cinema set, whether it's on the roads, whether it's in a college. Zero tolerance is an individual thing, it's not a societal thing.
No, it should be a societal thing also. No, I think it's growing. They can't get away for a longer time. There's a lot of sensibilities which is coming, and this is the power hierarchy we were seeing. But again, I'm seeing they're very comfortable. The younger generation are very comfortable. I see a man and boy and a girl being friends, talking. Girls are so comfortable with this generation is coming. It is going to be a zero tolerance. It will come. It will grow because the fight has started. The voices are becoming, amplifying, and it has to act. It has taken so many years. It will take few years, but then it will happen. It has to happen. We can't take that much of violence.
It better happen.
It better happen.
Hi. So in the last year Karnataka Assembly elections, we saw the impactful work or role played by the civil society organizations there. How do you think artists like you can engage better with civil society in shaping the politics of the country?
That's exactly what I'm doing. I'm doing it because I'm not sold to any political party. That's why I'm able to do it. I don't vote for any political party. I am an eternal, my guru, my mentor, one of the persons in my life who influenced me was a great editor called Lankesh, Gauri's father. He always said, Prakash, you should be an eternal opposition party. Even when your friend comes to power, you should be in the opposition party. And that's how we have chiseled. And that's how we are. It is very important, and it is a tiring, it's a long fight to continue to do it, and we will continue to do it.
I want to just phrase his question a bit differently. For example, we also have written about how, I'm not sure how many people here are aware, but when the BJP was in power and the elections came in Karnataka, civil society groups in Karnataka played a huge role in going from village to village, town to town, city to city, to speak about secularism, communalism, to speak about corruption. And that, in fact, had an impact on the population.
I traveled all their meetings. I kept day aside and I traveled throughout Karnataka, Tamil Nadu, but I was very clear that the stages I go, no politician photograph should be there. It was the writers, it was the poets, it was the farmers, it was the laborer unions which organized, and I spent my money and traveled and empowered those meetings, continued to. And it made a very major impact.
But did the Karnataka election also show that civil society involvement is very important in a political process?
Very, very, very important. Finally, all political parties are like, iske ghar mein uska bar hai. In this fellow's building, that fellow's bar will be there. They are all one only. It's us. It's our responsibility. Our society is our responsibility. They work for us. We choose. So, only if they are afraid of a civil society, if they are afraid that they can't buy, they can't lie, only then the politics will change. Don't expect them to change. It is for us to change. It is for us to be aware of our strength.
So there is this movement in Karnataka called Hate Speech Beda. It's a small collection of lawyers, students, meet journalists and others. So what they do is, അവർ കണ്ടിന്യൂസ് ആയിട്ട് ടെലിവിഷൻ ഒക്കെ മോണിറ്റർ ചെയ്യും. അതായത് ന്യൂസിൽ വരുന്ന ഡിബേറ്റ്സ് ഒക്കെ മോണിറ്റർ ചെയ്ത് അതിൽ വളരെ ഹേറ്റ്ഫുൾ ആയിട്ട് കാര്യങ്ങൾ പറയുന്നത് ആരാണെന്ന് റെക്കോർഡ് ചെയ്ത് they will submit complaints to the National Broadcast Authority. അങ്ങനെ ഈ പല ന്യൂസ് ആങ്കേഴ്സിനും ഫൈനൊക്കെ വന്നത് ഈ ഒരു ബാംഗ്ലൂരിൽ ഒരു ചെറിയ ഒരു 20-30 ആൾക്കാരുള്ള ഒരു ചെറിയ ഗ്രൂപ്പാണ്. സോ ദാറ്റ് ഇസ് സംതിങ് ദറ്റ് people in every other state should think about. നമ്മൾ എങ്ങനെ, how do we combat the hate on media in movies, right? Because there are people we can complain to, but we don't do it. So ഇതൊരു ചെറിയ കൂട്ടം ആൾക്കാർ ഒരുമിച്ചിരുന്ന് ഇവർ ഈ സുധീർ ചൗധരി ഒക്കെ ഇല്ലേ, ആജ് തക്കിൽ എഡിറ്റ് ആങ്കേഴ്സ് ഒക്കെ, അവർക്കൊക്കെ പല പ്രാവശ്യം they receive fines because of what this civic group, this civil society group did. Okay, we'll move.
You should understand this, they are throwing dirt in our backyard into our society. So we have to give the complaint. We'll have to fight them.
One minute, somebody has the mic already, let them ask the question.
Sir,
Yes.
as you mentioned before, the right wing, the BJP, they are using film for the propagating their ideology. So the ownership of the narration, it is belong to right wing. When the people of India will get back the power of narration? The second question to Dhanya Rajendran, ചോദ്യം 2024 ഇലക്ഷന് ശേഷം നാഷണൽ മീഡിയകളിൽ എന്തെങ്കിലും ചേഞ്ച്, മാറ്റങ്ങൾ ഉണ്ടായിട്ടുണ്ടോ എന്നാണ് രണ്ടാമത്തെ ചോദ്യം. താങ്ക് യു.
The question you asked me, we already discussed the answer, no? We'll have to take back. They will not give. Will they give? They will not give. No movement, whether it is freedom struggle or anything, is done because of the people only. All great movements is by the people only. It is not by few of those leaders. They are sold. So more and more we start realizing, more and more we start realizing the impact of our silence on our own life. It will not change. So you'll have to go through, it has to come to a logical end. It is growing, dissent is growing, it has to still grow. We have to take it back.
എന്നോട് ചോദിച്ച ചോദ്യം 2000, am I seeing a change in the national media ever since the 2024 election? See, I always think of one thing. We all use this word national media. Even I use the word national media എന്ന വാക്ക് നമ്മൾ ഉപയോഗിക്കരുതെന്നാണ് എനിക്ക് തോന്നുന്നത്. നമ്മൾ ഡൽഹി മീഡിയ എന്ന് വിളിക്കണം അവരെ. ബിക്കോസ് അവർ നമ്മുടെ നേഷനെ റെപ്രസെൻറ്റ് ചെയ്യുന്നില്ല. അവർ ഡൽഹിയിലെ ചില താല്പര്യങ്ങളെ മാത്രമേ റെപ്രസെൻറ്റ് ചെയ്യുന്നുള്ളൂ. സോ സംടൈംസ് ഐ റിമൈൻഡ് മൈസെൽഫ് ടു സ്റ്റോപ്പ് കോളിംഗ് ദം നാഷണൽ മീഡിയ. സോ ഐ വിൽ കോൾ ദം ഡൽഹി മീഡിയ. In Delhi media itself, I see a differentiation between TV, print. Either newspapers, I still think, are more responsible. They are a bit more braver. TV, ഞാൻ പല വർഷം നാഷണൽ ടി വിയിൽ വർക്ക് ചെയ്ത ഒരാളാണ്. പക്ഷെ ഐ ഫീൽ ടി വി ഇസ് ഫുള്ളി കോംപ്രമൈസ്ഡ്. അത് കണ്ടിട്ട് കാര്യമേ ഇല്ല.
Compromised, bought.
യാ, അത് കാണാതിരിക്കുകയാണ്. അപ്പം എൻ്റെ വീട്ടിൽ ടി വി ഇല്ല, ടി വി ഉണ്ട്, കേബിൾ ഇല്ല. കേബിൾ ടി വി ഇല്ല നമുക്ക്. അപ്പോൾ എൻ്റെ മകൻ ഈ ചാനലുകൾ കാണരുതെന്ന് വിചാരിച്ചിട്ട് ഞാൻ കേബിൾ ടി വി വെക്കാത്തതാണ്. പക്ഷെ അതിപ്പോൾ ഒരു വലിയ പ്രശ്നമായി മാറുന്നുണ്ട്. ബിക്കോസ് ഈ യൂട്യൂബിൽ വരുന്ന അതിനേക്കാളും ബുദ്ധിമുട്ടുള്ള കാര്യങ്ങളാണ്. മാനോസ്ഫിയർ, ഇൻസെൽ എന്നൊക്കെ പറഞ്ഞിട്ട് ഇവിടെയുള്ള ചെറിയ കുട്ടികൾക്ക് അറിയുന്നുണ്ടാവും. ഈ തൊപ്പി എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞ ഒരാൾ അറസ്റ്റ് ആയപ്പോൾ കേരളത്തിലൊരു പ്രശ്നം ഉണ്ടായില്ലേ, അതുപോലത്തെ. അപ്പോൾ എനിക്കിപ്പോൾ അവനെ ന്യൂസ് കാണിപ്പിക്കണോ അതോ അവൻ തൊപ്പി കാണുമെന്നാണ് എനിക്കിപ്പോൾ പേടി. എന്നാലും so generally I think national media, they changed a bit for 2 weeks, I think. Now they are back to what they were doing. അതിൽ മാറ്റമൊന്നും ഉണ്ടാവില്ല unless we all protest. Like he was saying, all this goes through a circle, but the point is how much are we resisting? But in every conversation here we are speaking about the hypocrisy of the media, how media is behaving, but I want to also point out the hypocrisy of the audience. നമ്മൾ എത്ര മീഡിയ വിമർശിച്ചാലും ദർ ഇസ് എ ഹിപ്പോക്രസി ഓഫ് ദി ഓഡിയൻസ്. ഇപ്പം ഞാൻ ഇന്ന് ഒരു വാർത്ത ഇടുകയാണ്, മാനുവൽ സ്കാവഞ്ചർ ഡൈസ് ഇൻ ബംഗളൂരു. അത് ഓപ്പൺ ചെയ്യുന്ന 10 ആൾക്കാരേ ഉണ്ടാവുള്ളൂ. 100 ആൾക്കാർ ഷെയർ ചെയ്യും ബിക്കോസ് ഇറ്റ് ലുക്സ് ഗുഡ് ഓൺ ദെയർ ഫേസ്ബുക്ക് വാൾ. അതേസമയം ഞാൻ നയൻതാരയുടെ കല്യാണത്തിൻ്റെ ഫോട്ടോ ഇടുകയാണെങ്കിൽ അത് ഓപ്പൺ ചെയ്യാൻ 1000 ആൾക്കാരും ഷെയർ ചെയ്യാൻ 10 ആൾക്കാരുമാണ്. സോ ദർ ഇസ് ഓൾസോ ഹിപ്പോക്രസി ഓഫ് ദ വ്യൂ ഓഫ് ദ ഓഡിയൻസ്. അപ്പോൾ വെൻ ദ ഓഡിയൻസ് സ്റ്റാർട്ട്സ് changing how they behave and they also start protesting, then I think the media will be forced to change, hopefully. Adutha chodyam.
What laddu?
Hello, sir. Sir, indeed, when you have a conviction that the government here is the worst possible, and that is not only your conviction, it's a conviction of all of us. And on the other side, you are getting a lot of support. So why don't we see Prakash Raj, Shri Prakash Raj mobilizing young people and leading into a great political movement? And I'll tell you, sir, there are millions of young people to support you. Thank you, sir.
But he did contest an election.
What we are doing is also politics. This is a better politics. Somebody should be here too. You want me to go get lost there? I think you are from right wing trying to push me. You want to take revenge?
But
See, this is politics. Civil society movement is politics. So beautiful it is. This is politics. Yeah.
But why did you decide to contest elections
I
at one
wanted
point?
to really know. I knew I'll not win. But I wanted to know because mind was thinking, but I wanted to see, and it is a web. So I wanted to show my commitment to myself that 8 months, stop films. Spend your money. Go to streets, go to roads, campaign, know it in the heat. It was, actually I won. I did not lose. I won a lot of experience. A lot of things I came to know. I met all these fellows. I wanted that. I wanted, because that is the way I prepare. Because I knew I wanted to know. Otherwise I was just a layman talking. But I wanted to see the intricacies of it.
But was your loss or your win, as you see it, as what you thought it would be? For example, you said you do get a lot of support, right? But when it comes to a
so
vote,
the
people
point
behave differently.
is, there are 22 lakh voters. What to do this country when only 10 lakh vote? The 12 lakh is irresponsible, no? People who don't vote are irresponsible. They think it is a holiday. And then you go to slums, you go to these things, there is a caste equations. You can't fight elections like that. Because I'm not talking about caste. I'm not giving money to them. It works, that's how they do it. And I got around less than 30,000 votes. It's okay. It doesn't mean I'm not going to get angry with the people. Because I know how it is designed.
But we are in a state where people take voting very, very seriously. I've seen people
Wonderful.
returning from all kinds of places
But I'm
to
worried
cast
you
their
people
vote.
have also led BJP in, no?
Shall I?
Yeah.
Now, sir, good evening, sir.
Good
evening, sir. Okay. My question, sir, you are a critic of central government, especially BJP government. But we have Amitabh Bachchan. I would like to mention their name because I am also not afraid about anyone. Amitabh Bachchan, Akshay Kumar, many film fraternity, there are so many people are praising the present dispensation. But you are the critic, so how it is affecting you in your career and why you are like this? That is the first question. Second question I have one more question, and we are critic. I am also critic. I am very active in Clubhouse, social media. I have a lot of friends from your state, Karnataka. The second question, we are critic and we are, against present dispensation. We are talking about the government mislead. But what we see in the recent election in Maharashtra, there is a mass rigging happen, there was a manipulation. So even people like us, we are critiquing the government. I'm a very small person. You are, you are a well-known person.
How small? You're this small?
I don't
What
know,
is the
sir.
question, sir?
What is the
the question?
question?
Yeah, the question is, sir, so why again and again BJP is coming to power, especially Maharashtra contest?
Okay.
Even though there is do you think that the rigging happened really?
It happened.
So how about that actor like Amitabh Bachchan and Akshay Kumar versus you?
See, Amitabh Bachchan has got a great voice. Okay. I wish he had used it for us. Thank you.
Oh my God, I can see the headline of tomorrow.
Hello. Hello, sir. Hi, sir. Hi, sir. My name is Subna, and I want to know your opinion about the latest IFFI. The introduction film was International Film Festival of India.
The introduction film was Savarkar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Savarkar. That is the introduction film. And the whole IFFI was very disappointed me. And
So the International Film Festival held in Goa, I understood the question. Basically, the inaugural film was Savarkar, And this year there were a lot of right-wing movies at IFFI, right? That's what you're asking.
Yeah, yeah. One more thing. I was a very big fan of you. More than an actor and as a human being. Thank you, sir.
Is it surprising that Savarkar was the opening film? Is it surprising they will give only right-wing films? Is it surprising no left-wing film or any secular thinking film gets national awards? They are in power. Yeah, we are disappointed, but that you have to expect that. We'll have to continue to fight. As long as they are there, that is what's going to happen.
No, what is your opinion?
You know me. You like me not as an actor for what I am. Huh? I can't hear you.
No, she's just saying, what is your opinion about IFFI being politicized like this?
I don't like it. What do I do?
Yeah, so
I don't like this government so much. Tomorrow if they give Padma Shri, I'll say get lost. You are not worth to give me Padma Shri.
I just want to make a small point before we make to the next question. The gentleman there who was talking about, he's not big, but you're big. He was using the word central government. So the last 2 days I've been hearing everybody using the word central government. I realized that, for example, we don't use the word central government in our writings. We use the word union government.
Union government.
Because when you say central government, it means they're the center of
That is what
everything.
they want to do.
So whether it's Congress or BJP, they are
the
the
union
union government. They are not the central government. That language should change for all
And
of
they
us.
push that language to you. They want you to speak that language.
Okay,
Be
next.
careful, language politics. It's like they're asking us to learn Hindi. So I tell them, you speak Hindi because you know Hindi. You want me to speak Hindi because you know only Hindi. That's their politics.
Yeah.
Hello. Hello.
Yes.
ഞാൻ മലയാളത്തിൽ സംസാരിക്കാം
പറയൂ.
മുഴുവൻ ട്രാൻസ്ലേറ്റ് ചെയ്ത് കൊടുക്കണം
മുഴുവൻ വെച്ച് കുറേ നേരം
ഇല്ല
സംസാരിക്കാം.
ഇല്ല 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 ഇന്നലെ അതുണ്ടായില്ല അതുകൊണ്ടാണ് ഞാനൊരു പ്രധാനപ്പെട്ട ഒരു സാമൂഹ്യ പ്രശ്നം കേരളവും കർണാടകവും തമ്മിൽ ബന്ധപ്പെട്ടത് അങ്ങയുടെയും ഈ സമൂഹത്തിൻ്റെ മുമ്പിൽ അവതരിപ്പിക്കാൻ ഒരു ക്വസ്റ്റ്യനായിട്ട് ചോദിക്കുകയാണ്. വയനാട്ടിൽ നിന്ന് കുടകിലേക്ക് ഇഞ്ചിപ്പണിക്കും കുടകിലെ തോട്ടമുടമകളുടെ പണിസ്ഥലങ്ങളിലേക്കും പണിക്ക് പോകുന്ന ആദിവാസികൾ, പണിയേരും അടിയേരും ഉൾപ്പെടുന്ന ആദിവാസികൾ ശവങ്ങളായാണ് ഇങ്ങോട്ട് തിരിച്ചു വരുന്നത്. 2005 മുതൽ 2007 വരെയുള്ള ഒരു കണക്ക് 121 ആദിവാസികൾ കുടകിൽ കൊല്ലപ്പെട്ടിട്ടുണ്ട് എന്നുള്ളതാണ്. ക്വസ്റ്റ്യൻ ഇതാണ്, ഇതിനെ സംബന്ധിച്ച സാംസ്കാരിക സമൂഹത്തിന് കാര്യമായ അറിവില്ല. ഈ വിഷയം റേസ് ചെയ്തുകൊണ്ടിരിക്കുകയാണ്. ഈ വർഷവും 5 പേർ അവിടെ കൊല്ലപ്പെട്ടിട്ടുണ്ട്. ആദിവാസികൾക്കെതിരായ വംശീയ ഉന്മൂലനമാണ് കുടകിൽ നടന്നുകൊണ്ടിരിക്കുന്നത്. പ്രത്യേകിച്ച് വയനാട്ടിലെ ആദിവാസികളാണ് അതിൻ്റെ ഇരകൾ. ഈ വിഷയം അങ്ങേക്ക് അറിവുണ്ടോ? ഈ വിഷയം കർണാടകത്തിലെ കുടക് പോലുള്ള പ്രദേശങ്ങളിൽ നിൽക്കുന്ന ജാതിജന്മത്തിൻ്റെയും ഫ്യൂഡലിസത്തിൻ്റെയും ഭാഗമായിട്ടുള്ള ഒരു കാര്യമാണ് നടക്കുന്നത്. ഈ സിസ്റ്റത്തോട്, ഈ പ്രശ്നത്തോട് താങ്കളുടെ അഭിപ്രായം എന്താണ്?
Okay, so basically what he's talking about is that people, Adivasis from Kerala, especially Wayanad, are taken to work in the plantations in Kodagu. So there has been a lot of controversy that there is bonded labor in Kodagu and people have been dying. In fact, I just want to add one thing here. There's a journalist called Rohini Mohan. She's an award-winning international journalist. She had written a story for us saying the bonded labor in Kodagu, and she'd done a beautiful documentary for us. എനിക്ക് ഇത്രയും കാലമായിട്ട് ഐ ഹവ് നോട്ട് ഗോട്ട് ആസ് മെനി ത്രെറ്റ്സ് ഈവൻ ഫ്രം BJP, ഐ തിങ്ക്. പക്ഷേ ഈ കൊടകിൻ്റെ എസ്റ്റേറ്റുകളെ ക്വസ്റ്റ്യൻ ചെയ്തൊരു സ്റ്റോറിക്കാണ് ഐ തിങ്ക് ഐ ഹവ് ഗോട്ട് ദ മോസ്റ്റ് നമ്പർ ഓഫ് ത്രെറ്റ് കോൾസ് ടു മൈ ഓഫീസ്. സോ ഹീ സെയിങ്, ആർ യു അവെയർ ഓഫ് ദിസ് പ്രോബ്ലം? That's all. And then what do you think can be done about it?
He is worried about Kerala Adivasis getting bonded laborers in Kodagu estates.
They are taken as bonded laborers to Kodagu to work in the estates, the Coorg estates.
Today I see even people from East India, from Jharkhand, They're all migrating towards estates, not only Kannada, everywhere they are migrating, but I'm not very aware of this problem. I would definitely like to, you
I'll
are
send
aware
you.
of it?
Yeah, I'll send you. Yes.
I'm sorry, Cheta, I'm not very aware of it.
Okay, we'll have time for two or three more questions.
ഹായ് സർ, ഈ അടുത്ത കാലത്ത് സൗത്ത് ഇന്ത്യയിൽ ഏറ്റവും കൂടുതൽ ചർച്ച ചെയ്യപ്പെട്ടതാണ് വിജയുടെ രാഷ്ട്രീയ പ്രവേശനം. വിജയ് മുന്നോട്ട് വയ്ക്കുന്ന രാഷ്ട്രീയ പാർട്ടിയിൽ നിന്നും തമിഴ് രാഷ്ട്രീയത്തിൽ എന്തെങ്കിലും സാർ പ്രതീക്ഷിക്കുന്നുണ്ടോ?
What has been currently in discussion is Vijay's political entry. Do you think his political ideology and party will make any change or will create an impact in Tamil politics?
Depends. He has announced the lot of people who are supporting him, and they are talking about equations, which politics I don't want to do. Is will some other smaller parties select? Will it be together union of parties which will come? And they say his victory will be because of the calculations he will do. People's mandate, I don't know how much he is going to influence. So I'll have to wait and see as it comes closer, because I'm not be able to understand. See, when somebody says his intentions, I'm ready to listen. Okay, anybody can come into a political party, anybody can start a political party. But I need few more of his speeches, few more of his acts, few more of his things to understand him correctly. So I don't want to be, analyst and say he will definitely make an impact. He will definitely make an impact to certain amount. Because you cannot say that there is no dissatisfaction on political parties in Tamil Nadu. There is a dissatisfaction. How many votes he will take, which parties he will destroy, and how big opposition he will become is for us to wait and see. A few more months before the election, it's too soon now to talk.
So I feel there is a curiosity in Kerala about the politics in Tamil Nadu, also because you see so many film personalities becoming very successful politicians in Tamil Nadu, and that's not a phenomenon in Kerala. So when Vijay's party was being formed...
Not many political actors, only MGR.
No, even Karnandi for some extent
That
came from the
period
industry,
over.
Jayalalitha...
Those period is over.
Correct.
Don't
No,
mix
so
it.
my question
This
is...
period, how many are there?
Is it the same Tamil Nadu now?
No, it is not the same Tamil Nadu now at all. There was something else then. There was something else. There was some other dream, and it was a body of, they had worked their way through films. Here, Kamal Hassan sir announced suddenly, Rajini announced suddenly, Vijay has announced suddenly. This is not so. No, the people are also questioning, where were you? Were you in the politics? Were you asking questions? Did you stand for us 10 years back? Did you talk about those issues? They're doubting, they're watching. But those people were not like that. They came through a political movement, and they used cinema for that. So MGR, before he became whatever he was, he had songs, he had his poem. Karunanidhi and them both were friends, and he wrote for him to create a political... He campaigned for those parties. There was a journey.
Yeah.
There was an intention. They were politics. They were eyeing. This is sudden change, no?
So in that way, I agree with him. You're the best candidate to start a political party.
I don't want to. I am doing better politics. Do you want me to be dirty? Hello? Anda cheta.
Okay, yeah.
Good afternoon, sir. Sir. I just had one question. You mentioned that you were strong enough to lose. So I just wanted advice on what would you tell people who couldn't risk or couldn't afford to lose such opportunities?
It's okay, you make an effort, be there. Everybody can't be as strong as me, because my strength comes from many years of enriching within, my association, my exposure to different horizons, different thought processes, different movements, different writers. And at this point of time, when I'm already a successful actor, I don't have to financially worry. There's so many things for me to become strong. So you strengthen with your reading, because it is not a physical or a money strength. It is an integrity strength. It is what you expose yourself to, what you want to stand, where is your conscience. You don't have to fight a bigger enemy, fight the next enemy, See to it that the roads are clean, your family is clean, there is no abuse there. Isn't it? That is how it is. Don't become somebody who's fighting the country. You don't have to, because they will not worry about you. Isn't it? So work where you are. For that, you need to enrich yourself. You can become richer within, strengthening within, become more sensitive. You have a lot of empathy, a lot of love. Then it will happen.
Sir, namaskaram. You already said that you believe in us, especially the youth. So now we have a situation that a majority of our parents don't want their children to be political. They don't want to discuss politics in houses, even schools or even colleges. And even the campuses are, they are restricting by having court orders or stays. So what do you think about the future political ideologies of our coming youth?
Keep fighting. Keep fighting. Resilience, resistance. Put your foot down. Whether your parents or anybody, WhatsApp groups, your colleges, raise your voice. Please continue to raise your voice. Silence is dangerous. It will be little hurting. You may have to lose something. You know what you're losing. You need your space. We'll have to, all fights cannot be only for us. Lot of people fought for us to be there. Ambedkar fought for us. We also have to fight.
But she's also talking about the fact that Kerala, which had a very vibrant campus politics atmosphere, that's almost being brought to an end because the courts are continuously saying you cannot have campus politics, right?
Because courts are bought. I'm saying it on record. The faces you see of these political parties are not the one who's ruling the country. The institutions, what they have infiltrated, the officers, special officers, where the decisions happen, where files move, where policies are made, these are just faces. That is how they have gone in. For them to remove it takes time. They are not saying it straight. The courts are saying. A college management is saying. The police station is saying. Those films are saying. See how they have gone. You understand that politics. That politics only use, you have to call the bluff. You have to call the bluff.
ഞാൻ പഠിച്ചതൊക്കെ പാലക്കാട് ഗവൺമെന്റ് വിക്ടോറിയ കോളേജിലാണ്. അപ്പോൾ അവിടെ നല്ല രാഷ്ട്രീയം കണ്ട് പിന്നെ ഇപ്പോൾ തമിഴ്നാട്ടിലും കർണാടകത്തിലൊക്കെ വർക്ക് ചെയ്യുമ്പോൾ ഞാൻ വിചാരിക്കും ഇവിടെ എന്താണ് കോളേജിലൊക്കെ രാഷ്ട്രീയം ഇല്ലാത്തതെന്ന്. അപ്പോൾ എൻ്റെ മകൻ്റെ അടുത്ത് ഞാൻ പറയും, to my son I will say dissent is what we should believe in, even if your principal says. Now the problem is അവൻ dissent ഏറ്റവും കൂടുതൽ ചെയ്യുന്ന വീട്ടിലാണ്. അതുകൊണ്ട് ഇപ്പോൾ ഞാൻ പെട്ടിരിക്കുകയാണ്. So I'm not very sure whether parents should encourage their young children to talk about dissent and politics because I am at the receiving end of it. Yeah. Any other questions? Yeah.
Dhanya Rajendran, മാധ്യമപ്രവർത്തനം ഒരു ആക്ടിവിസം കൂടി ആയിട്ട് കൊണ്ടു നടക്കുന്ന ആളാണ്.
അതെ.
അങ്ങനെ ഒരാള് പ്രകാശ് രാജിനെ പോലുള്ള ഒരു ആളോട് സംവാദത്തിൽ ഏർപ്പെടുമ്പോൾ അദ്ദേഹത്തെ അഭിസംബോധന ചെയ്യുമ്പോൾ 3 പ്രാവശ്യം ഔട്ട്സ്പോക്കൺ പേഴ്സൺ എന്നാണ് പറഞ്ഞത്. ഞങ്ങൾ മലയാളത്തിൽ ഔട്ട്സ്പോക്കൺ പേഴ്സൺ എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞാൽ വിടുവായൻ എന്നാണ് അർത്ഥം.
അയ്യോ, ഞാൻ അങ്ങനെയല്ല ഉദ്ദേശിച്ചത്.
വിടുവായൻ എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞാൽ അതൊരു നെഗറ്റീവ് കൊണോട്ടേഷനാണ്. സത്യം വിളിച്ചു പറയുന്ന ഒരാളെ താങ്കൾ എങ്ങനെയാണ് വിടുവായൻ എന്ന് പറയുക?
പക്ഷെ അതല്ലല്ലോ അതിന്റെ അർത്ഥം.
അതാണ് അതിന്റെ അർത്ഥം. ഔട്ട്സ്പോക്കൺ മീൻസ് വിടുവായൻ എന്നാണ്. വേണമെങ്കിൽ യു ആർ എ ട്രൂ സ്പോക്കൺ പേഴ്സൺ എന്ന് പറയാം.
I don't use that word.
You have to learn Malayalam more.
But I am not asking the question in English.
No, you asked in English, but the connotation has a negative meaning in Malayalam.
Of course, you have taken it like that, but I have asked him as an outspoken person, as a person who likes to speak out.
That you have to clarify, because he is telling truth, and he is ready to lose even for telling truths. So that person is to be, say, applauded. This connotation, this വിടുവായൻ എന്നുള്ള വാക്ക് മലയാളത്തിലൊരു നെഗറ്റീവ് ആയിട്ടുള്ള സെൻസാണ്.
ഞാൻ ആ വാക്ക് ഉപയോഗിച്ചിട്ടേ ഇല്ല. എന്താണ്? അതെ, തുറന്നു പറയുന്ന ഒരാളാണ്, അല്ലാതെ അത് വിടുവായെന്നൊരു അർത്ഥമേ ഇല്ല ആ വാക്കിന്. No, he said that there is another meaning for the word. I did not mean it like that.
Good afternoon, sir. Good afternoon. Here.
Yes.
Actually, I read somewhere after the first shoot of you, maybe for the Iruvar, Maniratna sir hit you and asked you, "Nee engi irundada?" So we wish to know, where were you?
Engi irundada?
Yes.
Nobody hit me.
Maybe. Did he ask you the question?
Maniratnam doesn't hit at all, poor fellow.
But did somebody ask you as per the legend goes?
Where were you?
I asked that question myself. Where was I? I was growing. I was coming. I was in Karnataka doing theatre. Then Balachandar saw. Then I came. Because of them, you saw me. It happens like that. I saw myself also.
What is the work that you are doing on theatre now?
I'm doing my politics.
But you are running an
I have
incubator.
started an incubator in Karnataka, in Mysore, in my farm, where I wanted to come back to theatre. Because that's my first passion that's where I came into cinema. Then I was thinking, how do I come back to theatre after 3 decades? Is it as an actor, go and do a play? Then I realized, am I so desperate to prove that I'm an actor again? Then I realized, what is my relevance in today's theatre? Then I realized, I think probably I am what I am because of the exposure and the experiences, the writers, literature, opportunities I got. Then I thought, why don't I give such exposure and opportunity for the next generation? So somebody said, Prakash, start an acting academy. I said, even that I was not ready. So what we have done is Nirdiganta, it is called. It is beyond horizons, horizonless. From National School of Drama to State School of Drama to different drama schools, 2-3 years of degree or award degree they have studied, and I said, what are they doing? So we pulled such youngsters, and Nirdiganta is a place for them to come and find a way, unlearn, make plays, direct plays. Then I saw the theatre movement is very weak. So we have theatre workshops. So Nirdiganta, we give fellowships to actors to create new plays. Different theatre groups we pay. Like in fact, now I'm producing a Malayalam film Malayalam play by Arun Lal, which will be ready by March. So we are also empowering different language plays for youngsters. But what is more important is for the last 1.5 years, as my theatre politics and my art politics, we are working how theatre can be a tool in education, especially the backward class children. So we trained around 20 professional theatre actors on salary, on profession. We created 5.5 hours of work of different stories, new children's songs, karaoke songs, theatre games, which will help children to focus, pronunciation, enjoy reading, lose their, get that self-esteem up. So we made a trip and they traveled 107 residential schools of Karnataka. So we have documented all that and the impact on the children. Then we trained 5 theatre directors on this curriculum and sent to 5 districts of Karnataka, backward schools, 3 government schools and 2 alternative schools. And in 6 months they did workshops there, and 14th, 15th of this month we had a children's theatre workshop where I made 150 children travel here, called the media and they performed, children performing children's play. And we made a documentary of, they are saying I was so silent before, now I can concentrate before, I've got more strong self-esteem now. So I'm seeing there's something happening through theatre. So just now coming back here, the last 3 days in our Nirdiganta, we invited 17 speakers, that is child psychologists, child philosophers, Anita Nair, sort of different children, child literature writers, and like Satyu Shaili, Gitanjali Kulkarni, who have been working for decades on children's theatre. So we have invited 18 of them came and submitted a literary festival we had, a seminar we had. So they have presented papers, we had a 3 days discussion. Now with all this experience, by February, March, we are curating and we want to come up with a curriculum for the younger generation, for the children, to different schools and governments. And that is what I thought I should do. So, yeah.
Though he was actually very busy with the incubator and it has been a time-consuming exercise, the moment Wayanad Lit Fest called, he said yes, he will come. Wayanadilekku varan odane thane sammadichadana Prakash Raj. Innu Ravil, I think he just started from Mysore because the incubator was still going on today. Yeah. So quickly, few more questions. Yes.
I love coming here, okay.
Namaskar, both of you. Prakash Rajന് ഈ ഒരു കറേജ് എവിടെ നിന്ന് കിട്ടിയെന്ന് ഞങ്ങൾക്ക് മനസ്സിലാക്കാം. പക്ഷേ രാജേന്ദ്രന് ഈ ഒരു കറേജ്, ഈ ഔട്ട്സ്പോക്കൺ ആവാനുള്ള കറേജ് എവിടെ നിന്ന് കിട്ടിയെന്ന് ഞങ്ങൾക്ക് അറിയാൻ താല്പര്യമുണ്ട്.
എനിക്ക് തോന്നുന്നു ഞാൻ കേരളത്തിൽ പഠിച്ചു വളർന്നുകൊണ്ട് തന്നെയാണെന്ന്. കോളേജിലൊക്കെ അത്യാവശ്യത്തിന് രാഷ്ട്രീയവും ഒക്കെ ഉണ്ടായിരുന്നുകൊണ്ടാണ് തോന്നുന്നു. പിന്നെ ഞാൻ വർക്ക് ചെയ്തത് 8 years ഡൽഹി മീഡിയയിലായതുകൊണ്ട് അതിൽ ഫുൾ ടൈം ഐ ഫെൽറ്റ് ലൈക്ക് ഐ വാസ് എ മാർക്കറ്റിംഗ് ഏജൻറ്റ്. ഞാനൊരു ജേർണലിസ്റ്റ് മാത്രമല്ല, ഞാനൊരു മാർക്കറ്റിംഗ് ഏജൻറ്റ് കൂടിയാണ്. ഫോർ എക്സാമ്പിൾ, എനിക്കിപ്പോഴും ഓർമ്മയുണ്ട്, വൈക്കോ, തമിഴ്നാട്ടിൽ വൺ ലീഡർ വൈക്കോ വാസ് സിറ്റിംഗ് ഓൺ എ ഹങ്കർ സ്ട്രൈക്ക് ബിക്കോസ് മുത്തുക്കുമരൻ എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞ ഒരു വൺ മാൻ ഹാഡ് ഇമുലേറ്റഡ് ഹിംസെൽഫ് ഫോർ ശ്രീലങ്കൻ കോസ്. അന്ന് ശ്രീലങ്കയിൽ വാർ നടക്കുന്ന സമയമാണ്. അപ്പോൾ കുറേ ദിവസമായിട്ട് ഈ ഡെഡ് ബോഡിന് മുമ്പിൽ വൈക്കോ സിറ്റിംഗ് ഫോർ ഫാസ്റ്റ്. ആൻഡ് നാഷണൽ ചാനൽസ് ആസ് വി കോൾ ദം, അവരത് കട്ട് ചെയ്യില്ല, അവരതിലേക്ക് വരികയില്ല. ബാൽ താക്കറെ വാസ് ഡൈയിങ് ഇൻ ബോംബെ. 2-3 weeks ബാൽ താക്കറെ ഇപ്പം മരിക്കും അയാൾ ഹോസ്പിറ്റലിൽ കിടന്നുകൊണ്ടിരിക്കുകയാണ്. ആ സമയം സവിത ഹാലപ്പനാവർ, ഷി വാസ് എ കന്നഡിക ഹു വാസ് ലിവിങ് ഇൻ അയർലൻഡ് അറ്റ് ദാറ്റ് ടൈം. അയർലൻഡ് ഒരു കാത്തലിക് കൺട്രി ആയതുകൊണ്ട് അവിടെ യു ആർ നോട്ട് അലൗഡ് ടു ഡു അബോർഷൻസ്. അപ്പോൾ ഈ സവിത ഹാലപ്പനാർ വളരെ സീരിയസ് ആയിട്ട് പോലും ദേ ഡിഡ് നോട്ട് അലൗ ഹർ ടു ഡു ആൻ അബോർഷൻ. ആ സ്ത്രീ മരിച്ചു, ഷി ഡൈഡ്. ആൻഡ് ബിക്കോസ് ഓഫ് ദാറ്റ് മെനി ഇയേഴ്സ് ലേറ്റർ അയർലൻഡ് അബോർഷൻ ലോസ് വർ ചേഞ്ച്. ഞാൻ എന്തുകൊണ്ടാണ് ഈ 2 എക്സാമ്പിൾ പറഞ്ഞതെന്ന് വെച്ചാൽ, but because I was sitting in Tamil Nadu or Karnataka and reporting this, I also had to market my story on a daily basis. And ഒരു ഡൽഹിയിലെ 5 headlinesൽ how to bring ഒരു സവിത ഹാലപ്പനാവർ, how to bring a story from Vaiko. So I felt like I was a marketing agent all the time. ഞാൻ എൻ്റെ സ്റ്റോറി മാർക്കറ്റ് ചെയ്യണം. അപ്പോൾ ഞാൻ ഇനി നിർത്തി ഈ പരിപാടി. So I started my own media where I will give importance to South India. That's all.
சார் என்கிட்ட கொஸ்டின் எதுவுமே இல்லை, ஆனால் உங்கள் தமிழ் ரொம்ப பிடிச்சிருக்கு, ஏதாவது பேசுங்க சார்.
செல்லம், அவ்வளோதான் செல்லம்.
താങ്ക് യു സാർ.
താങ്ക് യു.
ഒരു ബ്ലൂ കുറേ പ്രാവശ്യമായി കൈ വെക്കുന്നു ബാക്കിൽ.
Sir, my name is Namrata. What's your opinion on celebrity obsession disorder and fanaticism in cinema, in politics, in every other field, where figures like Modi are excessively idolized and worshipped? How does this influence politics?
What is your take on celebrity obsession where people are obsessed with celebrities?
It's a psychiatric disorder.
Uh-oh.
You gave the answer.
But what if it's not a psychiatric disorder? There are people still obsessed with celebrities.
And in generally the obsession.
Huh. And generally?
The obsession with the celebrities.
Huh. General obsession with celebrities.
Obsession with anything is a disorder. Respect, love, liking, you know, that's beautiful. Obsession.
Good evening, sir, and good evening, Dhanya. My question is to Dhanya. I know her from my school days. I am also from Palghat. And I wanted to ask you, I know you struggled from a small town like Palakkad to CNN, and from there to, from zero to again to News Minute. Which struggle you weigh more, and how far you are successful?
Actually, it's conversation with Prakash Raj, not...
It's okay, tell.
He's like, I don't know about struggle and all that, but see, though I was in Palakkad, I don't know if you guys have watched, Pande Asianetle, there used to be this 10 songs, Onathinokke 10 songs verille, like they will have this countdown, so I used to do that program quite a bit. I think Malayalam full mug ചെയ്തിട്ട് all these songs and all. So I always knew that I wanted to be in television somehow. പിന്നെ ഒരിക്കൽ I watched TV where Devagowda government was falling down, and I think it was Rajdeep Sardesai and Barkha Dutt. They were very angry on behalf of Indian people that one more election will come. So I thought this is a job I want to do where I'm on TV, but I'm also speaking up for other people. That's how I became a journalist. I don't know, it has been a struggle, but for me, language has been on my side, which is the reason why I could work for Delhi media. I have seen other people struggling because of that. I mean, I don't know about small town difference, but I'm very happy that I could start something on my own now. Before 10 years ago, like a lot of Delhi editors, നമ്മളൊന്നും കണ്ട വക വെക്കൂല അവര്. ഇപ്പൊ അവർക്ക് വക വെക്കേണ്ടി വരുന്നുണ്ട് എന്നൊരു സന്തോഷം എനിക്കുണ്ട്. എന്നെ മാത്രമല്ല എത്രയോ ഇപ്പോൾ ഇന്നലെ വന്ന ഷാഹിന അങ്ങനെ എത്രയോ ഒരുപാട് ജേർണലിസ്റ്റുകളുണ്ടോ കേരളത്തിൽ ഇപ്പോൾ ദേ ആർ വെരി വെരി ഇമ്പോർട്ടൻറ്റ് ഇൻ ദ നാഷണൽ സീൻ ആൻഡ് ഐ എം വെരി ഹാപ്പി ടു സീ so many South Indian media outlets really making a difference and South Indian journalists also, because I always feel we are more reticent as a population. I don't know whether it's a characteristic, but we are more reticent. കുറച്ചും കൂടെ ഒരു നമ്മുടെ സ്വന്തം കാര്യം നമുക്ക് പറയാൻ പേടിയാണ്. പക്ഷേ I think now there are a lot of South Indian names in journalism and I'm very happy about that. Josie Joseph, but he didn't turn up here.
ചോദ്യം പ്രകാശ് രാജ് സാറിനോടാണ്. ഇരുവർ എന്ന സിനിമയിലാണ് ഞങ്ങൾ മലയാളികൾ ആദ്യമായി താങ്കളെ ശ്രദ്ധിക്കാൻ തുടങ്ങിയത്. അന്ന് ഞങ്ങളുടെ മോഹൻലാലിനേക്കാളും ഞങ്ങൾക്ക് ഇഷ്ടപ്പെട്ടത് താങ്കൾ അതിൽ അവതരിപ്പിച്ച കഥാപാത്രത്തെയാണ്. എൻ്റെ ചോദ്യം, ആ കഥാപാത്രം ചെയ്യുമ്പോൾ, ഇരുവരിലെ കരുണാനിധിയുടെ കഥാപാത്രം ചെയ്യുമ്പോൾ അത് താങ്കളുടെ സിനിമാ ജീവിതത്തിലെ ടേണിംഗ് പോയിൻ്റായി മാറിയിരുന്നു എന്നിപ്പോൾ താങ്കൾക്ക് തോന്നുന്നുണ്ടോ? രണ്ടാമത്തെ ചോദ്യം, അതൊരു ഈ തമിഴ്നാട്ടിലെ ദ്രാവിഡ പൊളിറ്റിക്സിൻ്റെ ഒരു ആരംഭമാണെന്നാണ് എനിക്ക് തോന്നുന്നത്. ഈ മോഹൻലാൽ MGR കരുണാനിധി ദ്വന്ദ്വം, ഈ ദ്രാവിഡ പൊളിറ്റിക്സിന് അതിനെക്കുറിച്ച് താങ്കളുടെ അഭിപ്രായം എന്താണ്? തമിഴ്നാട്ടിലെ ദ്രാവിഡ പൊളിറ്റിക്സ് ഒരിടയ്ക്ക് ഒരു കാലഘട്ടത്തിൽ ഒരു സൗത്ത് ഇന്ത്യൻ മൂവ്മെൻ്റ് ആയിരുന്നു അത്. അതിനെക്കുറിച്ച് താങ്കളുടെ അഭിപ്രായം എന്താണ്?
എന്താണ് ദ്വന്ദ്വം എന്ന് വെച്ചാൽ?
അന്നതായിരുന്നു മാഡം, അന്ന് തന്ന
Okay, sorry. So he basically you understood, right? Did you think that Iruvar was at least now do you look back at Iruvar?
When I was doing Iruvar, I did not know because I was called 2 days before the shoot. And I was a Kannadiga and Lalita had already done 2 schedules of Iruvar. It was called Anandan then. Aishwarya Rai had done and Mani sir was looking for an actor. I was doing Asai for his production. I had given the screen test and lot of people, Mamuka was supposed to do that role. Nana Patekar was supposed to do that role and for some reason it was not working. And I wanted to do, he said, Prakash, young Karunanidhi, okay, older it will not work. Then 2 days before he knew I was there and suddenly he called. I went and he said, day after tomorrow shoot. So the whole thing was a process. I don't know what was hitting me because I could not, I'm a very bad imitator. I can't do that much of character study because I am not Kalangir sir's height, nor his color, nor his Tuya Tamil. So it was a process I was going through. For me, I liked the process. But after that, what turned out to be, the film was a flop when it was released. By evening, it was a flop. It was a disaster. Later, people started loving that film. That film did not give me a commercial sort of a hit, but it gave me a turning point where people looked up seriously, saw me as an actor, and I myself realized that I could carry out through. So internally it made a lot of a change for me. For me it was a great journey for me, for personally, and for people to accept that this boy, I was 30 when I did that film, and I was doing a 65, 70-year-old fellow. So it is something happened, not a commercial success, but one acceptance of a quality actor came to me with that film, yeah.
His second question is, what is your thoughts about Dravidian politics?
Dravidian politics is a very big discussion, but I think India being, I believe it is a federal these things, and I like their arrogance and their self-respect of saying that we are Tamilians, we will do Tamil politics. We are Malayalis, we will do Malayali politics. We are Bengalis, we will do Bengali politics. We are Kannadigas, we will do Kannada. First we are a Kannadiga, first we are a Bengali, first we are a Malayali, then we are an Indian. See, this is what we need to work, and this is what the national, or they call central government, they want to kill this. So I like that identity of the Dravidian politics. There are moments like even Kamal sir came and said all 5 states are Dravidian states. All of us have, I don't know how it is going to merge because we are so different from one another with our culture, food, with our poetry, with our, different, what do you say, weathers. But I like that, that they are not letting anybody in, and I like that, yeah.
Good afternoon, sir. My question is, I remember you was in Nagamandala, you are coming from drama, this thing and not. And actually my question is, there are many independent filmmakers here. So we know the scenario of what is happening in IFFI. And there is many Indian independent filmmakers, they have to, they have to say their politics and everything. What is the future? What is the scenario? How you will hold the situation?
Independent filmmakers
Independent filmmakers.
They don't have stages. They don't have an option to speak. Because independent filmmakers, from the advent of cinemas, this is a problem. Because there is always a mafia. Like cinema is a language. When it started, again a mafia of studio houses. All the actors will give dates there only. They own the theaters. They have the distribution network. If you are not them, then your films will not have platforms. This is a constant fight. This is a constant fight. Like after COVID, OTTs will be our space. Again, the big films have gone there. They've eaten up their budget. Again, independent filmmakers are struggling. It is something the audience have to realize that they're losing on this, because just by having such young talent making films, people not watching is not going to work. Something has to break, some platform has to come. We are all in search of that.
Okay, so I think we come to an end of the questions. Thank you, Mr. Prakash Raj, for spending so much time with the people of Wayanad. And thank you for all the questions from the audience.
Thank you so much. I love you all. I love you all, and I'll keep coming. Thank you.